Welcome to part one of Mod My Scion FRS presented by Valvoline, where we're going to take this FRS from stock to safari spec. If you're looking for an affordable sports coupe, this may be the way to go, everybody, because our buddy Dove at NV Auto picked this up this winter, actually with the plan of it being his winter beater, for around $5,000 US. So he bought the car for around $3,500, had a blown motor, picked up another motor, threw it in there for $1,500. So let's say he's $5,000 into it, and just to see if that's unattainable for regular folks, I had a quick look on Autotempest.com, and I could see with a 5-minute search that there was one for $7,000 listed on Craigslist in Southern California. So you can find these pretty darn cheap. And we've certainly seen them posted cheaper than that on social media and stuff like that. So if you're connected, you will find good deals on these cars. And really, they offer pretty remarkable value for what they are. And when Dev bought it as a winter beater, we're like, man, that's super cool to do that. And he said, wouldn't it be neat to kind of lift it, kind of make it like a pothole slammer for here in Hamilton, because we have horrible roads here, and he just wants to be able to smash through all the potholes. And he said it with a smirk on his face. I think he was half joking. But then when we stole this car from him, we thought, you know what? The joke's on you, Dove, because that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to lift this thing, make it a bit of a safari build, and tune it up in other ways too, which you're going to see over the next 3 episodes. So stay tuned, everyone. This is going to be a lot of fun. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is a full fluid upgrade package for our FRS, starting with Valvoline's full synthetic advanced formula in the factory 0W20 weight. And this stuff is newly reformulated and offers 40% better wear protection than industry standards and 25% better deposit protection than industry standards. It also fights sludge remarkably well. And you also saw that we used their new Flex Fill container for the gear oil and the diff oil, and this worked remarkably well to transfer it in there. In fact, it gave me so much confidence that I felt like I could summit the spirits and fire it from long range. And I don't recommend that technique. That's really for only very advanced lube techs like myself, but this I think is a really brilliant idea for a clean, simple way to transfer fluid into gearboxes or diffs without needing your Austin Powers Swedish pump, which always makes a mess. It's always leaking out the backside. You've got to transfer fluid into here. It's just not fun to use. So this, I think, is going to be a real lifesaver and a mess saver too. So nicely done on that one, Valvoline.
Talk about a great way to add some style and performance to your engine bay. As you guys just saw, we have gone all Grimspeed, super high quality stuff made in the USA. We added a strut tower bar here. We added these hood struts, which are really cool because they allow you to open the hood a little bit more, which allow you to do more work. And of course you can see, this is a cool little thing. This is like their little cover here, but it also acts as a tray for your nuts and bolts. But most importantly, we did a Grimspeed intake, and as you can see, this thing is a closed off air box, which allows you to, which draws cold air from the front bumper, and it makes 10 wheel horsepower, which is going to be huge for this engine and this setup. The stock exhaust on an FRS sounds mediocre at best, so we're certainly gonna make the upgrade. But before we do, we need to remove this thing, and man, as you guys can see, she is rusty. I think part of the reason why Dove got this car so cheap is, well, it hasn't exactly been maintained, and out here in Ontario, things are very crusty. Things do rust up very quickly, and as you can see, look at this diff. Dave used some fluid film black on it, and man, it is looking like new again, and it does protect your, or it protects against rust. It kind of like seals it in, so it's a really awesome product. Place your bets here, people. Is this gonna snap or is it gonna come apart here? Let's see. Oh wow, me spraying it I think did a lot of good, but the rest is just crumbling off of it. However, I'm happy this is coming apart. It's not breaking, which is remarkable. Some of you may have seen this tool before, but those of you haven't, here is our exhaust hanger removal tool, and this thing is a savior when it comes to these jobs. Usually you have to fiddle with these, but look at this. I just push through and it is essentially out. More rust, of course, raining down on me, but that now is officially off. Super easy, great tool to have. So I'm trying to get at the last hanger here, and I noticed there's a trailer hitch on an FRS.
Yeah, weird, right?
Like, why would you need a trailer hitch on an FRS?
Tow your race tires to the track like we used to do?
That's the only thing. That's the only thing I would say. This car definitely does not look like it's ready for the racetrack.
No.
So I don't know what was being towed, but I'm gonna ditch this. We're taking this off because first of all, it's ugly, and second of all, I can't get the exhaust off without it. All right, let's see if I can weasel this thing out of here now. Oh. Still somehow got up on the trailer hitch. There it goes. Holy, look at this thing. Ugh, that is a rusted exhaust system ready for the garbage pile. Look at this gasket. So this is usually just a regular gasket that's crushable, and I'm looking at it here. We need to remove this thing to get the new one on. To get the new exhaust system on it. Like, look at this thing. It is just, it's abysmal. Look at it. Oh, it's crazy.
You're like an archaeologist here.
Yeah, there you go. Now I'm starting to
dig
to get through the layers here. Look at there's this, obviously the gasket, and then there's just like this rust. The rust from the metal. So it's just like everything's fused itself here. Let's clean this thing off as close to, I think, good as possible. And you can see there is just some major corrosion. We need to put this gasket on here. And truth be told, in a situation like this, aside from replacing this flange, your only go-to is some silicone and hope that that seals. And I think that's exactly what we're gonna do here.
Now that Pete's done all the dirty work, I got the more enjoyable job of installing this brand new exhaust system from Corsa Performance. This is their sport sound level system with that 2.5-inch mandrel bent, high quality stainless steel exhaust. We've actually run this same system on a buddy's FRS of mine back in the day, and it sounds really, really good. So that's part of the reason we opted for this system, because we know it's got a really mature, nice deep tone to it, but it's not too loud. It's not going to attract a lot of attention. And we know our buddy Dove likes to drive aggressively while flying under the radar. So we think this is kind of the perfect exhaust system for that type of driver. And I should also mention that it uses Corsa's patented no drone reflective sound canceling technology. So they actually worked with a NASA engineer on how to develop their own technology to make these mufflers cancel out drone remarkably well. And I can attest firsthand. We'll give you a good listen to it later in this episode, but I can tell you from first-hand experience, there is zero drone with this system. It's really, really nice. I also know it should fit up really well. It's all slip fit. It's high quality engineering out of the USA, all manufactured in Ohio. So let's get to bolting this thing on. There you have it, installation complete, and just like I expected, it fit up amazingly well. It all just slipped on there, and as we tightened it down, it kind of magically aligned itself perfectly. We're not going to rub anywhere, so I think it's time to lower this car on the ground and hear how it sounds. Man, that sounds really good. I love that sort of deep tone that these Corsa systems have, but I want to give you guys a little bit more of what it sounds like out in the wild. So let's go for a rip up and down the street, PT, and let the people hear it out in its natural environment. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed those quick sound clips. Inside the car, it's got a really nice deep tone to it. I think it sounds really pleasing. I mean, the FA20 is not the greatest sounding engine in the world, is it? But this exhaust system really does go a long way to giving it a much nicer, deeper, cleaner tone with no drone. So it's all win for me as far as Corsa exhausts go on this car. I think it's a no-brainer to do the same if you're looking for a really mature, clean sounding exhaust system on your ride. All right, everyone, that is a wrap on part one of this build. And if you've ever wondered how you lift a car while retaining the stock shocks and springs, that's what you're gonna see in part two, as well as lots of other cool stuff. So stay tuned for all of that. And of course, make sure that you like and subscribe, because you don't wanna miss what we've got planned for this and plenty other builds here on Speed Academy.